football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Niners and the Bengals, and it's all up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it is all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Cincinnati Bengals taking on the NFC champions, the San Francisco 49ers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The CD, the Bengals, they're back for the second time in 3 years, looking for that first ever Super Bowl title.
Can you believe they're 0-3 in the big game? 2 losses to the Niners in the 80s, 2 really tough ones, and a loss to the Rams in 2022. Their motivation, sky high. They're ready to bring that first title back to Cincinnati.
Meanwhile, for the 49ers, they were one of the heavy favorites to win the NFC, and they were able to get it done, and now they look for that elusive 6th Super Bowl title.
Remember, after going 5-0 in their first 5 appearances here, they've lost 2 straight. Super Bowl 47 to the Ravens in New Orleans and Super Bowl 54 to Kansas City in Miami. They'd love to start another streak like they had in the 80s when they won 4 Super Bowl titles.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here come the Bengals, and CD, of course, it's Joe Burrow out of LSU at quarterback.
And no doubt he's living out a dream right now. He's had dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid. But he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played, and his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. You can take it all in when it's over. Right now, you've got the biggest game of your life to win.
Here's Burrow to throw right away. That's taken in by Higgins. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Now it's Burrow out to his left. And Burrow going to slide to the ground as he does pick up the first down. A solid gain of 15 yards in the sticks move.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls, or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
On second down, here's Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 29-yard line. On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Here we go.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Being chased out left. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. That brings us to the end of one in Super Bowl 58. Much more to come from Las Vegas after this. Can't wait to see what the second quarter has in store. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is third down. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Once again, they run with Mixon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And now they will throw it with Burrow. That's complete to the tight end Sample. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Here we go.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Burrow. And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell us end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
And there are a lot of quarterbacks who had terrific careers. Think about guys like Phillip Rivers, Randall Cunningham, Dan Fouts, Warren Moon. But they never got to a Super Bowl. Yet here he is in his second NFL season, already getting his chance. And we harken back to Dan Marino. Another superstar made it in his second year, lost the game, and never made it back again.
Got a man, that's Ayuk. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. Purdy now on 2nd down. He's got Ayuk once again. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Purdy. And that's complete to McCaffrey. The 49ers moving hastily. They're scurrying to the line. Purdy will set up to throw it here. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Here's Purdy. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Back deep is Charlie Jones. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. Looking deep here for Chase. And got his man complete. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, BG, thanks very much. And welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports Halftime Report. If you missed the first half, there's not much to get you caught up on. Just the lone field goal accounting for the entirety of the scoring. A 3-0 game to this point, as both defenses have been strong so far. Both teams making their final adjustments of the season during this long halftime break. Who will claim the Lombardi Trophy? To find out, we go back to Brandon and Charles in Vegas for the second half of Super Bowl 58.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And they trail here in the Super Bowl, but fortunately for them, Charles, very much still within striking range.
Yeah, things didn't go exactly the way they planned in the first half. To me, they appeared to be a little bit tight, made a few errors they normally wouldn't. But, of course, this is the Super Bowl, so things get a little bit heightened in that regard. But I think they have to feel a little fortunate. They're only down what they are here starting the third quarter.
Throwing on second down, it's Purdy. That's caught by Ayuk on the slant. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
That is caught, and he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Up the gut, McCaffrey. He finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off, and try and chip someone at the second level.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Purdy. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it, and that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And, Charles, we've seen almost 3 full quarters now, and neither offense can really get it going. Neither has hit the end zone, and neither side seemingly can make that big play.
But the game hasn't been devoid of action because these two defenses, they've taken over and they've slugged it out. But I think you're exactly right. We're at that stage of the game now where one of these offenses, if they make a big play, that could be the difference.
And we're back in the Super Bowl. Time to decide who gets to hoist that Lombardi trophy as we begin the 4th and final quarter of action. On second down, Burrow. Short throw to Smith. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Throwing now, Burrow on first down. Forced out to his left. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. Touchdown! Jamar Chase, 64 yards. And the Bengals are starting to pull away in the 4th quarter of the Super Bowl. As a former DB, you might not like to see them, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase it.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. So Purdy and the Niners down 10-0, 2:14 to play. They've come so far this year, but they need 2 quick scores late in this Super Bowl. Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Here's second down. To throw is Purdy. Finding Samuel. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Mike Hilton, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate. But
he's got a man, complete. He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Jamar Chase, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Bengals are feeling good as they extend their lead in this Super Bowl. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the 4th quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. A 2nd down throw for Purdy. Throws the out route and completes it to Samuel. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And returns it right back to Samuel. And he's taken down inside the 30. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Once more, Purdy looking to throw. This one caught by Kittle. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Purdy to throw it on 1st down. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. This one winding toward a conclusion. And how would you assess how the secondary has played?
Well, we just saw them take another shot downfield that was incomplete, correct?
Correct.
So my assessment is that if anyone's played really well in this game, it's been the secondary. That was the latest example.
Yeah, they've been solid. Really, the whole defense has been solid. Still pitching a shutout. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. Now this one thrown away. Will we see a flag? No. They'll say there was a receiver nearby. Pretty generous call, but either way, it's 4th down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field in.
And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down.
Illegal touching. Offense.
Wow, Charles, that doesn't just take points off the board, that takes a win off the board.
So now you have to regroup because you've gone from celebrating what you think is a win to trying to figure out how to do it again and make it a win.
Bengal Nation rejoice. Cincinnati has given you the Super Bowl title. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely Do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy? They didn't have their share of bumps along the way. Didn't have to face some adversity in the journey. And now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all off season, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.